Hi, beautiful people. Welcome back. Happy Saturday. Happy Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Happy you. First off, you should know that you're doing an excellent job. First off, that's how we're going to start this conversation. You are doing so amazing. You are doing so amazing. You're so pretty. You're so hot. You're so handsome. And I hope you have taken moments throughout this week, throughout this month, to just recognize how far you've actually come. Like, I know if you're like me and you're evolving into just this new version of yourself, the version of yourself you know God has called you to, somebody who's a little bit more decisive, someone who knows their worth, someone who attaches themselves to people, to opportunities, to thoughts that align with that, you're probably also somebody who wants to get it done quickly. And the biggest point of this video more so is to emphasize that your commitment to God and your willingness to be this new version of you does not require perfection. You're going to have these moments, and you're going to have several moments, and I'm pretty sure that it's part of the process where you're high and you're low. You're high and you're low, and it's normal. I think for me, and these are just kind of the steps I've had to take when it comes to staying in my head a little too long. One is to say these thoughts aloud, like, hey, we are okay. You are okay. Fear, I understand why you're here. Doubt, I understand why you're here. You get all these things, and it's just like, bet. I'm committed to a new version of myself, and you have to give yourself grace because the older version of yourself is literally like last week's you and the week before you and years before. Like, this new version of yourself is, there's less amount of you in this time frame than the old version of you your entire life. And so that's going to require time and patience from yourself to like get to that point. And so for me, let's go for this week, I was very committed to keeping my mind in a space of we're doing well. We are doing well. Even when the things aren't matching the way we want it to, at the speed that we want it to. One, God's timing is perfect. But two, with all the effort that I am putting in, if this is the result that I'm getting from healthy effort, it is enough. And it's okay. And so I think you should get into this habit where you're just like cognitive of like, I'm actually doing a good job. And what I did this week was crazy. Well, one, I took myself out. That was different because I'm very extroverted, but going out has so many like layers to it, so many layers to it. So I went out on a Monday, and I kind of was like hesitant about going out, and people wanted me to go out to their event, and I was like, okay, let me figure out how to do something for me. And it was such a beautiful experience, and it's really an experience I used to have. I used to be intentional about participating in, but I went dancing and I was just like, I forgot what makes me happy. I forgot what makes me feel free. And like, take moments, guys, like while you're on this journey, while you're healing, to really get back into those things that make you happy, that make you smile, that make you feel like you. And I bet, knowing you, you're such a giving and loving person. You probably always, if you can and you have the capacity, show up for other people. But you have to look at yourself as one of those other people. You are a person who also requires being filled into. You are a person who also requires love. But the person who has to do that first is you. You have to be that person for you. You have to be your own partner. You have to be your own parent. You have to be your own coach, your own lover. Like, you have to do that and do it well. And be okay that things get a little rocky. Things don't really turn out the best way you intended all the time, but you are progressing very well. And I love that for you. I truly love that for you. But what I was thinking of, what I said to myself this week was wondering, like, why is my mind so like busy? Like, why is it so, chattery? And I think when you're progressing to something new, fear tries to come in and be like, oh, you can't do this without this person. Oh, you can't do this with this amount of money. You can't do this with this type of mentality. And it's just thoughts like fighting each other because you're transitioning, you know? So look at the fight as evidence, like you are moving to something else. You're fighting new things and even old things, but the fight between the new and the old is a new thing, if that makes sense. And that's progress. And so what I had to get to realization was like, holy moly, like I'm learning to trust myself. Like this process that I'm in, this season that I'm in is a process of self-trust. It's a process of self-validation. It's a process of intentional work with this validation, with this effort. But it's a process. And so just like you would tell somebody else, I trust you. I sat there in the classroom and was like, Shpriya, I trust you. Like there's nothing you have done that requires you to not trust yourself. Like even the mistakes have been things that have allowed you to become the better version of yourself, the healthier version of yourself. I trust you. And when you get into spaces in your mind, even outside of your mind, where you can sit there and be like, I trust me. Wait, I love me. It's okay that I'm learning. It's okay that I thought I was gonna be here and I'm over here. It's cool. God is cool. Like I trust his plan. You get into those motions of just saying, yo, yeah, this is how I'm gonna speak to myself. It's like, okay, cool. And then you realize throughout your day, while you're figuring things out, while you're tiptoeing to new things, you're like, I trust me. Even when I fall, I trust me. And one of the biggest things I had to learn is like looking, a lot of us are doing the inner child work and all that. But if I saw this little version of myself, I was telling my sister this a couple months ago, if there was this little girl, little Bria, and she was in the situation where she didn't feel safe and she didn't feel taken care of, or she didn't feel confident, how would you treat her? Would you keep her in these spaces? Would you tell her, well, get over it, it's okay? Would you be the parent that you like want it, Like a lot of us are like, oh, I wish my dad did this. Okay, well now you have the opportunity to parent yourself. And are you actively doing it well? Are you repeating things and not even realizing it? How kind are you actually to this version of yourself that's growing? She's new, she's small, and she's almost, again, she's an older version of you that you're actively trying to heal. And I know it may sound crazy or whatever, but at some point you got to take accountability and be like, I am responsible for me. And I have to do that work, intentional work to do that. And so when I look at that little girl, I'm like, I've got you. Oh my God, you're overstimulated. You need rest. When you look at it from somebody else perspective, for some reason we take care of it more when it's somebody else. But if that's what you need to do, because I'm also in that space, do it, babe. So little Bria is overstimulated. Okay, well, little Bria probably needs to get some sleep, needs more sleep. Or she's frazzled and she's just like, I can't believe I'm messing up with this. I can't believe I thought this. I can't believe I believe this. Okay, well, then you give her a hug. She actually needs comfort right now. And she's climbing up this mountain and she fell, but she's climbing up the mountain. Oh my God, like you would tell a little girl, you would tell a little boy, you'd be like, yo, you can do it. I trust you. You can do this. This is part of the process. And so I think if you can get into a space where you're mindful that I'm doing a really good job, the younger version of me would be so amazed at what I've accomplished. And this adult version of me is also very amazed at what I'm accomplishing. And my commitment to my new self is not gonna be a perfect line. You take off that pressure. You take off that pressure and you're just like, okay, it's good. I'm okay. Like sometimes you have to say out loud, I'm okay. This is good. God is good. He's got me and I trust this process. And get on that, like be intentional about that. But again, day to day, just be mindful of how you're speaking to yourself. This week I had to say, I'm proud of you. Sharia, I trust you. Sharia, you went out by yourself. You went and did something that made you smile. You're worth being happy. You're worth that effort to be happy. You're worth that, like, that space to do something different. You're worth getting out of your habits and getting out of your cycles of despair and all these things. Like, baby girl, you're working so hard and it's paying off, and it's a process. So that is the video for today. Be kind, be gentle, and just be mindful, and then say it out loud. Say it out loud. Treat you like the little girl or the little boy that you actively are healing, and how you would speak to this person. Get a picture of yourself. I tell my sister this. Get a picture of yourself in your mind, or actually like a tangible picture, and be like, okay, how would I talk to him? How would I talk to her? What does she need? Does she need a nap? Me? I'm like, this girl needs vegetables. This girl needs vegetables. This girl needs love. This girl needs to like really sit there and like take care of herself and stop blaming people. This girl needs to learn how to rest and be okay in the rest. And this girl needs to trust God that he's got it. And you do have it, okay? So just know that you don't have to be perfect while you figure it out. And because you're not perfect and you'll never be perfect, but God doesn't require that. And you shouldn't require that, because you probably don't require that from other people. So don't put that pressure on yourself. But my love, I'm so proud of you. And you just keep going, keep pushing, and know that it's going to work out, and that you have you, and you learning to trust you is the best thing you can do for yourself in this season. So give her some props. She's doing really well. He's doing really well. You got this, okay? I will talk to you guys later. Bye.